Welcome back. As a part of On the Beat, we provide you with information on crime trends, crime prevention techniques, and community programs. But you can get additional information by visiting the Baltimore County Police Department's website as well. The address is on your screen. Press releases from the Baltimore County Police Department can also be accessed on the website. Please visit our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages. Our social media sites are on the screen now. Please follow us to learn more information about police department programs and activities and what's going on in the community. The police department is now hiring police cadets and police officers. For additional information, go to joinbaltimorecountypd.com or call 410-887-5542 to speak with recruiters. The next part of our program is a segment on our Regional Auto Theft Task Force. Let's take a look at this crime-fighting team and get some tips on how to keep our vehicles safe and secure.
People say it all the time, I just went in the house for a second, but that's all it takes is a second. Any vehicle is vulnerable to be stolen. It doesn't matter if it's a Honda, Nissan, a Dodge. It's whatever these car thieves or other people that are out there committing other crimes see that's an easy grab. RATT stands for the Regional Auto Theft Task Force. The agencies represented in the task force in 1995, the first two was Baltimore County and Baltimore City, shortly joined by Maryland State Police and Anne Arundel County afterwards. The numbers that make up the unit, again, it's a lieutenant commander. The task force commander is Baltimore County Lieutenant. There is a city lieutenant assigned. There is 3 sergeants. That's 1 sergeant for the street squad, 1 sergeant for an investigation, and also a sergeant assigned to the carjacking unit. There is 2 city sergeants also assigned that work on the street with myself, and then there is a corporal assigned to the unit. And then we have roughly 13, 18, I believe, detectives. So total in all, I believe it's 29 in the unit currently right now. What they bring to the unit is their experience comes from a little bit of everywhere. Some will come from like violent crime unit, some of them will come from the auto theft unit, some will come from narcotics, or even patrol. But they have a vast knowledge of investigative, which is really proved to be helpful for us and them because we work hand in hand. And the carjackings, armed carjackings, is that they've been able to solve a lot of cases and go after a lot of suspects to close out cases. The investigative unit, they'll follow up on and investigate trends, steal for steal, which obviously people stealing cars and scrapping them for metal, identity theft, replated vehicles, any type of cargo thefts, exported vehicles out of the country, shop inspections, and they work closely with NVA. Street squad operation, what we do is each day we'll go out, hit the street after meeting with our intel detectives, talk to them on the phone, and seeing what current trends are happening, what recent vehicles have been stolen, and where they recovered. And then we come up with a game plan and attack that area. But we can go all over, the city, the county, the state, but mainly we'll end up in Baltimore City a lot of times. The new unit, the carjacking unit, which was added to the Regional Auto Theft Task Force last year, obviously there was an increase in carjackings, so the county saw that we needed to obviously concentrate, even though we were already investigating those type of crimes, the robbery unit and some of our precinct level investigative units, they saw a need to put a carjacking squad together. So that is right now has a sergeant and 5 detectives. And what they do, obviously, is they go out and they investigate any carjackings, armed carjackings, and follow up on those type of investigations. So the training that we receive in our Regional Auto Theft Task Force once you're assigned to the unit, we have to, everybody, no matter what spot, whether you're in a carjacking or investigation or on the street, obviously not just throwing out there to drive one of the vehicles or anything. We go twice a year to a track in Maryland, and we practice our stops, what we call our tactical stops. Even if you're not assigned to the street squad, you still have to go through these. You also attend a 2-day school, a 5-day school, daily training in-state and out-of-state through a program, whether it's called IATT, which is on an international auto theft school training that you'll go to. And then you also ride with kind of like a TFO, where you'll ride with several different detectives to get their style of how they do things. And if you're assigned to the street squad, then eventually if the truck comes available, you'll end up driving in one of the trucks and operate the truck by yourself. The first thing we do is we want to verify that that vehicle was stolen, or if it was used in another crime. If it was used in another crime, then we're going to notify the unit, whether it's in Baltimore County or outside of Baltimore County, let them know we've come up with the vehicle and see what they want to do with the vehicle as far as processing. Keeping chain of custody, we'll process the vehicle, whether we do it ourselves or we'll have one of the city detectives, if it goes down to Baltimore City Yard, go down and process the vehicle to see if there's any evidence within inside the vehicle that can be used to identify who may have stolen the vehicle, and then obviously go and place charges against that person. So what will happen if we get a suspect, whether we identify one, as far as the prosecution side of it, what will happen if we identify a suspect or if we lock one up on scene is, again, through the MOU, that's the Memorandum of Understanding, through Baltimore County and the other agencies that are within inside the Regional Auto Theft Task Force. So we all have city ID numbers. We're able to write city reports, charge them in Baltimore City, and vice versa, able to charge them in Baltimore County. So what will happen is one of the detectives, whose case it is, will go ahead and do all the paperwork and the charging. Once the state's attorney reads through all the paperwork, and then obviously they'll go through the legal system as far as whether it's a bail hearing, released, or waiting for trial. And then the detectives will stay in touch with the state's attorney to follow up. State's attorney calls and needs any type of follow-up paperwork or any type of evidence, body-worn camera or something like that, then we make sure we follow up with it until each case is prosecuted, until it's completed. The detectives, all of them, again, if need to, they would testify, whether it be in, obviously, Baltimore County, Baltimore City. Some have had to go out of state and testify, and also in federal court. Especially in the winter months, nobody wants to end up sitting on the corner waiting for a school bus or a bus waiting to go to school. So a lot of times these warm-up thefts, people leaving their cars running, will be an opportunity for a car thief to steal it. You also have other people that see an opportunity to steal a car to go commit other crimes, whether it be a misdemeanor or a felony crime. If you're going to steal a car, to commit another crime, it's not yours. It's not going to be traced back to you. There's technology out there, obviously, we would use to hopefully figure out who stole the car. As far as things that we saw 10 years ago compared to today, yes, technology is big, social media is really big. A lot of these car thieves and even these guys that are out here doing carjacking and stuff, they will take trophy pictures and they'll post them on social media of them in front of a car they just carjacked or they just stole, or a weapon. And there's a bunch of them showing whether it be money and various of other things. So as far as technology, it has helped us also because we can take extra steps to follow up on some of these investigations. So when people use certain cell phones or other type of social media and stuff like that, we're able to obviously follow up on some of those investigations. And a lot of those investigations have turned out to be very successful because of some of those social media and cell phones and stuff like that. So you having a car, is a big second, probably biggest, item you have besides your house. So that's your prized possession. You want to be able to take steps. When you leave visible things inside your car, whether during the day or nighttime, you're running in the store, in for the evening or somewhere, is you're inviting that car thief to break in your car and steal your items or even your car. So what I would suggest is cell phones, purse, packages or anything, put in your trunk, put in your glove box, lock all your doors, One of the big things I know that we saw in the past as well, and it still happens, is again leaving your car running and having a small child in the back seat, and you run inside, and then you come back, your car's stolen, and your child's in the car. So then again, you have another crime there. So that has happened many times. Going into warm-up deaths and the vehicles left running. In the winter months, that's a big problem. Obviously, it does happen year-round. Whether you leave it in front of your house running, whether you go to the gas station, you're gonna run inside the store real quick, you leave it running. So one of the steps we wanna take to educate the public about car thefts, and definitely the warm-up car thefts, it actually is a ticket, which is a $70 fine and a 1 point against your license. And what that is, it's not to add insult that you were a victim and your car was stolen. It's to educate you, so hopefully next time your car won't be stolen, or you'll pass that information on to your neighbors, your friends, or your family. We came up with a flyer, and what we would do is we would walk around to the communities and even at community meetings and put these on cars. At times we do it various times of the day or evening, especially if we found a car running, and we stick it on there, and then on the back it just explains what the law is here in the state of Maryland, that you can't leave your car running more than 5 minutes. It has to be on private property, it can't be on public property, and you actually have to have the door locked or your key fob with you. If you leave your car running and your vehicle is stolen, your insurance company may also decide not to pay out if that vehicle is not recovered, or if there's damage to the vehicle because, again, you were at fault, you left it running, you left the keys in it. It is against Maryland law, like I explained earlier, $70 fine and 1 point. So there could be a problem with your insurance company. Obviously, the police department doesn't get involved in that. That would be between the owner of the vehicle and the insurance company. If you're gonna warm up your car, the warm-up devices, I think they're a good idea. Obviously, cold winter months, especially if you don't have your own garage and you're out on the public road and stuff like that, you just gotta keep your eye on your vehicle, keep all the doors locked, and don't let it run for more than five minutes. If you have a pole or with a light on it, obviously in front of your house, then park it in front of that light. Make it very, very hard for the person that wants to steal that vehicle. People kind of laugh and frown at is an old way, is the old club. This is a deterrent. Not saying they can't steal your car, but it's still a deterrent. So we suggest that you do use this, and or if your car doesn't come with a alarm system, maybe look into getting an aftermarket alarm system on it, even like I said, the key fob or remote start, or check with your dealership and see what they offer. There's a variety of different things that they offer as far as security for your vehicle, which also, if your vehicle is stolen, will help law enforcement maybe recover your car sooner. And the biggest thing is most cars are stolen with keys, whether it's the key running or even a valet key. So in some of these new vehicles, when you buy them, they have valet keys. And some people might not know that that key exists or is in their glove box. So they need to check with, the car manufacturer or whoever they buy their car from. So if you're out and in your neighborhood or out for the evening and you see somebody looking in cars or looking suspicious, one of the things that I would do is obviously I would get on the phone and call 911. I wouldn't take any action even if it's your vehicle, because again, you don't know what these people are capable of. What I would do is get on the phone, dial 911, get the best description you can, and obviously if you see them run and get into a vehicle, if you can get maybe a color of that vehicle, the make, the model, or if you're lucky enough to get a tag, and just report that to the police department. If you're out there stealing cars, if you're out there doing carjackings, just know that we are out there too. We will find you, we eventually will catch you.